You got what you want. Now you can hardly stand it though. By now you know it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop till you wise up.
Welcome everyone to another episode of The First Watch. I'm Dan Lamarca. As always, I'm joined by Tom Osborne, aka Ozzy. How are you, Oz?
Good. What's going on, guys?
What's going on? Also joined, as always, by Dave Eggers.
Dad, you got to be nicer to me.
Wow, that's what you went with.
Yeah.
All right.
You do need to be nicer to me.
All right. I can't disagree. We also have a special guest, a returning guest. We have our friend Nick.
Back by popular demand.
Back by popular demand. How you doing, Nick?
Hey everybody, good to be back after Malcolm X. Can't wait to talk about a kind of less loaded movie.
For sure.
I think equally heavy in many ways, but not as fraught for four white guys to be discussing.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're talking today about Magnolia.
Mm-hmm.
This is our third foray into Paul Thomas Anderson movies, which is pretty funny.
How many does he have?
I believe 10.
Oh, so we might
We're
hit
getting
them
there.
all.
We're getting there. But yeah, this is 1999 follow-up to Boogie Nights. Total blank check movie. Clearly, if you've seen it, clearly a blank check movie, because I don't think a lot of studios.
I think I saw briefly that it was like, what, 37 million and made 40 something?
37 million made 48. So, certainly
Success.
Not a hit, but not hugely detrimental. But yeah, Magnolia. I mean, Tom Cruise is in this, gets nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his performance. One of 3 Academy Award noms. The others are Best Song, Best Original Song, because this entire soundtrack is done by what's her name? Amy
Something with an M.
Man. Yeah, Amy Mann does the whole soundtrack. Obviously, aside from the licensed tracks that you hear throughout, a couple of Supertramp songs, some fun stuff. And so she gets a nom for Best Song, and the other one, he gets Best Screenplay, PTA. Best Screenplay nom. So that's it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie, I mean, I've talked about it before. It's on Ozzy's list. It was his first watch. I've talked about, obviously, we've talked a lot about PTA. We certainly will talk about where this lands in his timeline, but this is one I like all of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like his big maximalist, do every idea gets put in. It's this huge.
I can see that, especially with like the format he chose with it.
It's very
Pulp
clearly no
bunch of
studio notes on this one.
And even the runtime on this one. I don't know if it's his
310,
longest
315
movie, but might be.
Yeah. It is, certainly is.
We'll talk about it, but there was a moment where I was like, oh, we're not done?
We're not done. But yeah, I guess we can set things up. So 1999 is a year I want to talk about. We'll talk a little more about the Oscars to kind of kick off this discussion, but 1999 is kind of like one of the big years. Like we talk about like 1975 being a huge year for film. 2017 is a huge year that we've covered a couple movies in 2017 and we talked about
84
it.
Was another big one. Maybe not critically, but
right. But this year, 99, we've already covered 2 movies in 1999. So we have talked about the Oscars before because The Sixth Sense came out in 1999.
Oh shit.
And The Iron Giant came out in 1999. So in addition, let's talk Oscars. So interesting group of Best Picture. Remember, this is when they had 5, not 10. American Beauty was the big winner.
Oh,
I know.
right.
I know. Oz has some fondness for American Beauty. I think that movie stinks.
Never seen it.
But it is the big winner. It won a bunch of the big Oscars. Other nominated films: The Cider House Rules, The Green Mile, The Insider, and The Sixth Sense. So mileage may vary with those. I think The Insider is one of Michael Mann's best. I absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Green Mile has some good stuff, and we talked a lot about The Sixth Sense. You can listen to that episode. The other one, I mean, we may as well talk about the ones specific to this, but writing, so screenplay, it's original screenplay, another win for American Beauty. Everyone loves that plastic bag blowing in the wind. Other nominees being John Malkovich.
Oh,
Charlie
one of my
Kaufman,
favorites for sure.
Who is one of my favorite screenwriters. PTA obviously for Magnolia, The Sixth Sense, M. Night, and Mike Lee's Topsy Turvy gets a nom, which is pretty cool. So that's
John
actually a
Malkovich,
really
so good.
fucking good group of screenplay nominees, and the worst one won by far. Interesting. So I guess we don't typically talk about best original song, but Tarzan's "You'll Be in My Heart" by Phil Collins won best song.
I think that's a great pick.
Man,
Pretty good
that
song.
deserves it.
Yeah.
You know, Toy Story 2, When She Loved Me, pretty good song.
It is a very good song.
Pretty good song.
Yeah.
We actually
but it's
sung
not.
that in the 5th grade chorus.
Really?
Yes.
The problem with
it was a
every
whole
other
like
song is
montage
That's
of
pretty
it.
dark.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a sad song.
It was a whole bunch of them, but
Yeah.
it was in there. Yeah.
We Toy Story's big in this house right now, and I've watched all of them a lot recently. And Toy Story 2,
We got love
good.
for Toy Story on this
Pretty
podcast.
good.
You know what movie wasn't nominated for Best Picture, but should have been and should have won is The Matrix.
Should have been and should have won.
Should have won. Well, I would also give it to that over
is-
American Beauty.
that is
probably,
a great
so.
movie. We're going to talk all about 99 movies because I have there are so many great movies this year, but I think the other, just to wrap up original song, so Blame Canada for the South Park
It's another great novel.
was nominated for best original.
Real quick on the Phil
Best original
Collins
song.
thing, he
Yeah.
recorded all the languages for that album himself.
All of them?
At least a few.
Okay. I was going to say, that's pretty...
I don't know how many languages it's in, but I was like, at least 3.
And then classic Diane Warren for Music of My Heart. I think she'd been nominated about 25 times.
Mhm.
It just had to slip in there.
Yeah.
And then Save Me by Amy Mann. So those are the 3. I'll talk about supporting actor.
I saw that. I thought that was funny because it's like, who would you nominate as lead in this?
Yeah, there's not. You can't really say that there. It's such a split in screen time, and so he goes for supporting, and Michael Caine wins for The Cider House Rules, which is just such a good boring pick by the Oscars. It's fantastic. He already won an Oscar.
That's
It's
so
just
good.
it's so funny. Other nominees: Michael Clark Duncan in The Green Mile. Pretty iconic in that. And then Jude Law in The Talented Mr. Ripley. He is excellent in that. And Haley Joel Osment for The Sixth Sense, who was really fucking good.
That's really tough as a kid, though.
Again,
To go up
we
against.
have a pretty good field here,
Yeah.
and the worst one won. Like that's
Probably fair, yeah.
It's really interesting to see.
Wait, who won it?
Michael Caine for The
Oh,
Cider
right.
House Rules, yeah.
Sorry, I got confused for a second.
But yeah, I think other movies, because I had my Letterboxd list of like favorite 99 movies, and movies that came out in 99. So Magnolia, Perfect Blue, fantastic movie. Satoshi Kon, if you haven't seen it. The Insider, we talked about. The Iron Giant, we talked about. The Matrix. Princess Mononoke came out.
Wow. Great
Being
year.
John Malkovich, we talked about. The Straight Story, the David Lynch movie with Richard Farnsworth came out. Fantastic movie. Ratcatcher, Lynn Ramsey's first movie came out. I said Toy Story 2, Talented Mr. Ripley. Galaxy Quest, fucking awesome movie. Three Kings, David O. Russell's one of his best, really fucking good movie. Alexander Payne's Election, which if you haven't seen it, is a really sharp and fucked up movie. Office Space comes out this year. The Mummy comes out this year.
Mommy.
Blair Witch Project is this year.
Oh my God, what a fucking year.
Eyes Wide Shut is this year, which is a fucking fantastic movie. Fight Club is this year. What else? Lock, Stock. Thomas Crown Affair is a personal fave. Really good movie. It's just a really fucking good year.
Yeah.
It's a lot of really good movies.
That's a crazy year. That's a stacked year.
Heavy field. But yeah, obviously not a lot of representation on most of those in these Oscars.
No.
Hilary Swank wins for Boys Don't Cry.
No, that's not where she shaved her head, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Angelina Jolie for Girl Interrupted for supporting, and Kevin Spacey for American Beauty.
Wow.
Jerking off in the shower. Everyone
they want that
loved
one
it.
back.
Everyone loved it. But yeah, another one where he's up against Russell Crowe in The Insider, Richard Farnsworth in The Straight Story, Sean Penn in Sweet and Lowdown, which he's very, very good in, and Denzel Washington in The Hurricane, and American Beauty sweeping. But yeah, that's just Oscars in '99. I don't know if anyone has any specific things to chat about on there, or if we're going into recap mode, which should be fun for me to tell you what this movie is about.
Well, it's probably a little less is more in this situation.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
I just think it's interesting because the other from Magnolia, I would say Julianne Moore should have gotten a nomination for her part, but she does have a nomination for a different movie.
She does.
In that year.
She does. And I also think that I'm interested to talk about that performance because I think it can go one of two ways. And I think people feel it's either one of the worst performances or it's really good. So we'll talk about that a little later. Any other big thoughts before we get into the recap and then start chatting?
I think we're going to recap because anything I was going to say about that is going to affect something later on. So,
all right, then I'm going to jump right in if everyone's ready to hold their peace. So, start out with a little montage about strange occurrences, like can't make this up, right? The guy that I'm not going to get into it really, but three men rob a guy. This is one example. Three men rob a guy in a town, and their three names make up the name of the town, and they all get hanged, right? And like, someone jumps out of a window to kill himself and gets shot and murdered on the way down, but landed in a net and would have been safe if he didn't get shot. It happened to be his mother that shot him through the window. So shit like that, right? So we have a little
with the gun he loaded.
Yeah, we have a little weird occurrences. Here's some things happen that you can't explain. And then we jump in and we start to just this movie is full of timelines intersecting between 8-10 characters. There's quite a few. So I think the best way to do this is just kind of run through our cast of characters and what's going on. So we have young Stanley. He's a wonderkind doing a game show hosted by Jimmy Gator, Philip Baker Hall, who's at the end of his life. He has cancer and is 2 months, they say, a few months. So they're doing the game show. We have Tom Cruise as Frank T.J. Mackey, doing a seminar on how to
artist.
Respect the cock.
Yes, respect the cock. That was the other one I was thinking about too.
I thought that was the one.
This is too obvious.
So we have him. We have Jason Robards as Earl Partridge. He is an old dying man, basically on hospice, with his nurse Phil Parma, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, kind of taking care of him. Julianne Moore is his much younger wife, Linda Partridge. She is having a crisis and a breakdown, which we'll get into. And we have John C. Reilly as Jim, Officer Jim, who is an LAPD officer in a totally normal time to be an LAPD officer. And we're just seeing him knocking on doors. William H. Macy is young Donnie Smith, the quiz kid. He is basically Stanley from 30 years ago or 40 years ago, and he is now washed up, broke, and in love with a bartender.
Yes.
Who am I missing?
Claudia,
of course. So Claudia is Melora Walters' character. She is a very much addicted to cocaine person.
Very popular.
Can't stop doing cocaine. And she, I think we just see her early on just having like a one night stand or something. So we kind of meet all these characters while they're in some stage of a crisis. That's like the kind of idea, right? Some phase of a crisis is going on. So rather than go through the entire plot of each of these characters, I think what we'll just say is the overarching story is just how is this crisis going to twist and turn and change and get to its end point. Ending, of course, with a climax of raining frogs.
As normally happens.
Yeah, which usually is how things end.
Exodus 8:21 or whatever.
Yep, 8:2, yep. And we get some interesting resolutions along the way. I think there's a lot of action taken by a lot of these characters and revelations admitted and like old secrets unveiled, right? And like lots of dramatic things occur where these people's lives are. It's almost like everybody's at the breaking point. How do they break? That's the movie, right?
And also like a lot of them do intersect.
Yes. So we do have them running into each other in that Pulp Fiction-y way. And like I said, rather than going through each one of them, I think what we'll just kind of do is, as we talk about scenes, we'll talk about the movie. I think I would probably be doing a 30-minute recap if I had to talk about each person's journey through here.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's pretty much the movie.
Daddy Issues the movie.
Here. Yeah. I think that's definitely a big part of it.
Yeah.
So let's just jump in and talk about what scenes we want to talk about, what things jump out to us. Who has something on the top of their mind that you want to just jump into?
All right. I'll start off with this. I love Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance in this so much.
He's so good
because he is the only one who is not like one of the people going through crisis, and his performance in all the moments that he's in and what he conveys, and even when Tom Cruise is Earl's son, who's a sick and dying guy, he has to see
and
him.
like estranged son.
Yeah. What I say? He said.
No, I said.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying he's been estranged.
Yeah. So
him.
and he wants to see him before he dies, and he goes through all this phone calls and finding of how to get in touch with him. Eventually does gets him to the house at some point. And even when Tom Cruise is having that like moment on the bed, which I'm sure we'll also talk about.
I would hope so. Pretty good scene.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman like takes a step and then comes back. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, that's like so real too.
And you see him do things like that many times where it's like, you see him like crying as like Earl is saying this like incredibly deep thing about his life, and you see him crying, and then you see him be like, all right, I gotta like not cry. I'm on the job here.
Yeah.
Like it is such an interesting, and I mean, I'm a nurse, like I understand this like dynamic of like, I have a connection with this person and I feel horrible for them, but I'm also the one taking care of them, so I need to be
a little strong.
A little more professional and a little more supportive than like, I'm going to cry with you. That's not always the answer. But the thing about this movie to me is I think it like, just to talk big picture and then we can dig into scenes, but I want to hear what you guys think about this. It's a super messy, crazy movie with like some shit that works, some shit that doesn't work. But to me, there's like this like center that has a really good script and really good performances that makes it like so much better than its parts. You know what I'm saying? Like rather, for me, the nitpicking of like, maybe this is a little unnecessary, maybe this is a little long, maybe this is a little too much. There's so much that elevates it that I come out of it being like, God damn, that was such a good adventure. That was such a good journey. You know, like I just love it so much.
Yeah. No, it definitely feels like a bunch of like ideas and shorts that were like then compiled into this story where it all has like the same overall arching theme and then interconnects. And it's like, I wanted to try this. I want to do that. I want to do this dynamic, these things all around the thing of like, basically, except for probably Officer Jim, I think every storyline basically revolves around how like a parent failed.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly
Definitely
fathers.
a lot of that. Definitely a lot of that.
Mostly fathers, but yeah, that's basically, and like this is what happens, and like how do you deal with it?
Yeah. Well, I think there's a large majority of that. I mean, I would say That it's
well, no,
huge
actually,
theme.
no, it is true in the Officer Jim story, but it's not about Jim. It's more about like the worm and the sun and the and all that stuff as well.
Yeah, the tail of the worm.
The tail of the worm.
Yeah, that kid rocks.
That kid was great.
He's so good. What do you guys want to chat about? You have anything on the top of your brain that you want to mention? Something that is sticking out? Like, oh, we got to talk about this right away.
I mean, I think we have to get into Cruz and his performance.
The manic.
Right off the bat. I love it.
I mean, he's I mean, obviously he was nominated, but who would have thought that? I mean, it's just perfect casting because Cruz is an alien, as we've talked about before. There's something just behind his eyes that's off, and being this Andrew Tate character is just absolutely perfect. And he's so good, not only in that the presentation part of it when he's up on stage and when and in parts of that interview where he's just this loud
I want to
piece
talk
of
about the
shit.
interview.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the interview, and I think those are some of the best scenes in the movie, it's when she finally questions him and you can see like the acting in that to me is just insane. Just the way he reacts to her, the way you could see without saying anything, just the way his
Judging you
stare
silently.
changes, right? Yeah, no, I mean, it's incredible.
The way the transformation during that interview, I think is so good. Like the way he starts and he's shirtless, he's in his tighty whities, and he's just like
When he does that flip, the somersault,
the
basically.
backwards.
Yeah.
And he's so like, I'm high on giving this, getting pumped up on stage, and then he like starts the interview like so
Manic,
energized and like she's literally like, you gotta calm down.
Like ruining, buddy.
And then to see him kind of like he's spinning his tale of what his past is and how he got here, and it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
And even the school he went to, he's never been enrolled in, right?
Exactly.
And it's like,
He's like, oh, I went there. I didn't say I was enrolled.
by these
there.
three professors. Here's the names of the three professors or whatever. And it's just like the amount. To me, this character, the way the character develops and who he is. I mean, this is, as far as from a script standpoint, like this character is just as relevant today as he ever was. You know, like this is like. This is Incel 101.
No, it's great.
Go into that fucking room, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
It's always been around, but it's like it's just never been as strong. But like, yeah, you watch that today, you're like, oh, this fits right in.
Right in. But yeah, I absolutely love, and especially at the end of the interview when it's like, we're done here, and he like gets in her face and like is like threatening.
He does like
violent.
Yeah,
it was like crazy.
She pushes him back. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really, really good in that. He's really, really good on stage. And then even the way he gets a little broken at getting back on stage and he like flips the table.
Yeah,
he's
you
like,
can
you know
see
what?
it.
Open your white books, you know, whatever. And then to see him at that bedside and see that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought that was interesting.
This is a very good performance.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too, because it was like, it's also so like a lot, obviously. But like it's just like, yeah, this is what this guy is now, basically. I also thought this is just a weird funny note that, you know, it's like, oh, he's this big like pickup artist type guy, right? I thought he'd be doing a little better than a Saturn SC. And I only say that because I had that same car.
That's so funny.
Like, exact, which is so funny. Like, that was like my first car. I was like, what the fuck?
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
I
Nick.
do. Yeah, for Tom Cruise, I have to agree, strong performance overall. I do think the interview scene was the most interesting. I think the dynamic of, I think the gotcha being that, hey, you took care of your sick mother. You're actually like, you must have some level of empathy, right? And he's just violently furious about getting caught out for that.
Yeah. Basically, like,
That's-
you have empathy.
That's
Like,
fun.
you're not a complete piece of shit.
Yeah, that's really fun because that's the whole jig is up.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't sell the crying for me.
Oh,
Bedside
hard
crying,
disagree.
nah.
Hard disagree.
Acting.
I thought it was a
no,
little
it
much,
took me right out of
but
there.
Really? No, total opposite for me. And especially when you hear them
There
talk
were
about it.
some hit and miss performances for me.
There's an interview with Philip Seymour Hoffman where he Cruise wasn't getting it. He wasn't doing well in that scene. And then like PTA kind of was like, hey, your dad's dead in real life. Like you should probably like act like you're remember what tap into that, whatever. And Hoffman hadn't like known that he was gonna get there and like start crying. And Hoffman, who is like that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's like I think he's one of the best actors of all time. He was saying that his reaction was like his actual reaction to seeing Cruise like get there because he the previous 6 takes was nothing like this. And he literally was like, I'm getting emotional watching this because I know that you're thinking about your dad.
yeah.
So like, I don't know. To me,
I
couldn't disagree more on that.
I think as like if that was like a normal person with that reaction, I think that's a lot. But I think because of how he is in that role already, I think it being this more visceral thing makes a lot more sense to me personally. Because I've
And
also
diegetic reason for not hamming it, but boy, it was a lot.
I
to
think
the
it was a
point where
lot, but I think it made sense for the character in my opinion. Because as someone who has been in that position with their dad, it's not as big.
Well, sure.
But for me,
I think different
with that
individuals
scene,
react differently.
Fair.
what
I was
bugged me in that
estranged.
scene was the cutting away from it, right? So he like first gets to the bedside and starts having the conversation, and we cut and go to a different character, and I think we cut to a few other characters, and then we finally get back to it. That scene specifically in this movie, I just wanted it to see it all the way through, not we're about to get to the emotional climax of it. We'll cut away.
Yeah.
All right, now he's crying, and we get the end result. 15 minutes later.
That's a good call out, Tom, because there was a lot of very like pointed editing here that did not convey the passage of time very clearly. There were times that we came back to a scene where I'm like, damn, is it the same day?
No, yeah. The title cards kind of like kept reminding me that it's like, oh, this is all happening in like a day.
Mm-hmm.
How many title cards did we get? Aside from like the intro,
like 3.
Yeah, three or
weather, and then something not weather.
Right.
Yeah. So so I guess including the intro 4. Yeah.
4 including the intro.
Very Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I haven't seen
Which,
it,
if
so
you
I
guys
can't
ever sat through the 4.5 hours of that. Oof.
I have
Title
not.
cards, the best. Okay, a little Easter egg for our listeners. Then they can go watch that.
4 hours, yeah, a little 4-hour Easter egg.
So, I think in the same vein, what do we think about Earl's monologue to Phil talking about his wife
Lily,
yeah,
his first wife,
yeah, because I fucking love that.
No, I thought that was really good.
I think he's excellent.
and
Jason Robards.
And I think they did a good job with that because like we easily could have got like flashbacks or something or whatever, but I think literally an old man dying and then the way Philip Seymour Hoffman is like sitting on the bed like listening and he's getting like into the story, I think kind of also helps like captivate you as well.
But then the way the story continues while we go to other people and stuff, and it's like just playing in voiceover that.
But the difference I feel like with that one and the Tom Cruise scene, and like to me that wasn't as big a deal because I feel like the whole movie's kind of like that and it kind of works in ways. But he's not having an emotional like epiphany that we're getting like the same way we're getting from Cruise, right? Like where he's kind of reacting more than being the delivery. Mm-hmm. I think is like the difference in the like going away from that, in my opinion.
What about you guys? Did we like Earl's performance? Do we like Jason Robards as Earl?
I have no problems with the performance. You know, he did that monologue as well as he could. It felt like a very real old man's regrets, you know, to me.
Yeah. I liked when he wanted the cigarette. And I was like, I'd light him a cigarette too. And then he fake lights it. And I was like, all right.
Well, he's wearing oxygen.
No, I understand. I was like, it's probably safer that way.
That type of acting always impressive to me when the actor has to just be laying down, right? You're not getting the ability to
convince you he's dying. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You also got to be kind of a mind fuck when you are an old man and you're going to play just the version of yourself dying.
He died very shortly after this.
Oh, they cheated. They got a sick dying man to play a sick dying man.
He just had cancer like 9 months prior to record.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, like he just had beaten cancer.
That what the casting call is out. Hey,
anybody dying?
We're looking for cancer
or
patients.
Or close.
Yeah,
there was a moment.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Oh, sorry. No, you go on.
No, I want to hear yours.
All right. Well, all right. I didn't know much about this movie going in, and I admit that I haven't done like a ton of homework because I did so much homework last time that I was like, I just want to talk about, my reactions to this. So not knowing what this was going to be and finding out that like, okay, Earl has cancer. Jimmy Gator has cancer.
Yep.
Somebody else complains of like a headache. I'm like, oh, is this some sort of like contagion movie? Are we? Yeah.
Tom. Oh, sorry. I don't know why that was so loud.
And it turns out no, but like, boy, is it a presence in this movie.
But also, Tom Cruise's mom died of cancer.
Yep.
Lily died of cancer.
Oh,
like
right.
everyone.
Much younger. Yeah.
I was picking up the clues. I just drew the wrong conclusion.
Well, I was reading because where it got the name from, and like there was apparently some sort of relation to like the withering away of that as well. There's like a whole bunch of reasons that it's called Magnolia apparently, but like that the cancer thing was one of them for some reason.
Yeah.
Because eating the bark of a magnolia tree is
that's
supposed
what
to
it was
be
too.
Holistically helpful.
Yes.
Never explained it. Like we never took a whack at it in movie.
No.
We saw Magnolia behind the title card, but that was it.
Yes. That's about it. I was a big fan of Earl, and I really liked his whole journey. And we can talk. I mean, we may as well now. But Julianne Moore is Linda Partridge here. I think and I'm not talking. I mean, I like her in this, but I do think she's a very divisive performance here. And I think the thing that I'll say is the thing that I like about her here is the fact, like, that's an interesting dynamic to be like, I married him for his money, and then I actually started to love him and see the good in him. And like, it's so fucked up that he's dying now, and I love him. And it's like that's just something that is interesting to think about, like how you would handle that. And clearly she's not handling it well.
No, and like all the stuff she's on and doing, and her reaction and paranoia. And don't call me lady. Like that scene I liked a lot, actually.
Go ahead, Nick.
If I may, I don't know about how divisive it is. If you guys feel differently than me, you're welcome to those opinions. I'm going to come out
This is why we're setting
strong
you up.
for Julianne. For
Love it.
Julianne.
100%.
That was
Love it.
the best
Love it.
performance in the movie for me.
Oh,
Not only the like,
spoiler.
shut the fuck up.
that was a good one.
Not-
The last "shut the fuck up," shut the fuck up, as she's walking
Oh
out.
my god! And that's in the office with like the lawyer, right? But the
Yeah,
pharmacy
yeah.
monologue. Oh my god!
The pharmacy
And she's
scene. I like.
right.
I don't know what's going on with this.
She's right is the thing. How dare you ask me?
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
stranger, get the fuck out of my life. Fulfill, like, do your job. Give me my pills. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's also a shut up monologue.
yeah.
I love the don't call me lady.
Don't call
No,
me.
yeah, I completely bought
Don't
into all
lady
her
me.
scenes. I'm with you, Nick.
It's consistent.
She's a mess,
I feel.
but it's
Yeah, I think she does mess well.
I come in here. I give these things to you.
Yeah,
She's playing huge, but I really like her in this.
yeah.
But I think the thing that I love is when she's really breaking down and telling the lawyer that, like,
Take me out
I
of the
have
well.
cheated on
Yeah.
him. I've done this. I've done that. When she's like, I've sucked other men's cocks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the voice change when she like her voice like dipping as she's crying.
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah.
I really like her. In
No,
this.
and I think it's this thing that can go very wrong very quickly, like someone doing that and it not being that
Yeah.
performance. But I think she did a good job because I think like you believe it all. You believe the mania. You believe she's
Totally.
out of her fucking mind.
I think I am learning, and I'm glad we're headed in this direction. But I think if we just go character by character and talk about their arcs and
Yeah.
and how we felt about them,
It's a coherent.
I think that's kind of the best way to do
Yeah,
this
yeah,
movie. So who do we want to hit next? Who's jumping out?
Let's do.
One other thing I just want to say about Linda or Julianne Moore. The scene where she's in the ambulance and it gets like turned over, and the way that's shot
Oh, and
inside
just-
the ambulance, like the sideways and like people they're like flying out. It looks so good.
And then
there's so much like sicko mode PTA shit in this movie
Yeah.
that is just nuts.
and then it like just sliding in front of the hospital.
It definitely is. I mean, listen, I'm obviously a big fan of this guy, and I think he is. I mean, he's my favorite director, maybe second to Lynch. But the thing that I really love is like he is clearly just being like, I'm just gonna show off with some of this shit. Like when he first introduces Linda, and he's like going through her closet and like tracking shot like through the closet, like conveying so much shit about her just by. Like here's the intro and she doesn't say a word. Like there's tons of that. The game show hall, when it's like the tight following around, is the fucking lens change mid shot at that one part with Claudia when her mom comes to the apartment, and it's like that quick zoom and he literally changes the lens while you're fucking watching it to say like but it did happen or whatever it says on the painting. Like there's just so much like. It feels very showy, but again, that's what this movie is. It's a maximalist, fucking crazy.
Well,
everything's in it.
I also think like there are things that could be like it could get boring at certain parts if you didn't have the cinematography that this movie has as well.
Yeah.
Like there are things that are like even when like we're if we want to use this as the next transition, like we're at Officer Jim and we're in his apartment. And like it's like a low shot behind what's on the table, coming into him watching TV. Like there's motion in the shot. There's full frame because we're just sitting in his apartment. That could be really fucking boring, really fucking.
While
boring.
he's like praying by the bed, the way that shot is framed is really like. I mean, listen, a lot of craft here, clearly, but it is like I feel like the messy shit is script and character and performance more than like I don't see much that I'd be like like he fucked this up with,
no
with the cinematography or the direction.
Well, and on Davey's point about this movie, a different version of this movie could just be a boring 3-hour and 10-minute movie or whatever.
Yeah,
but
if you put
I think
that
it's a
camera down,
combo.
point
I think
and
it's a
shoot,
combo of the camera work, but also the score in this movie is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
And I think it does a really good job just as it cuts through different characters and it's the same song playing or whatever. It just kind of ratchets tension and you don't really know what's going to happen. The entire time I thought someone was going to get shot. You know, I'm like, I don't know.
So
something's
we-
going to
we're
go
talking
wrong,
about-
and it's you're halfway through the movie, and it's like, oh wait, we still have an hour and a half. Like, I don't, we're not even
So
there
we were
yet,
talking about
but-
that too during One Battle After Another, where it's like always ratcheted up, even if it does, like you're like, what the fuck's gonna happen, and nothing happens.
Right.
So it's definitely a trick of his that he uses and executes very well,
Oh yeah,
which is
so,
great.
So we can go to Officer Jim. I think there's one other thing before we just go character by character. The "It's Not Going to Stop" song and the characters singing it. Did that work for you guys, or did we hate that?
Okay, so that's where I thought the movie was gonna end. I was like, oh, I guess this is
Yeah,
like
that's
an
what I
end
thought
moment. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, that's something. Because at first I was like, oh, maybe she's singing it, like she's really singing it. And then like 2, I was like, maybe. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
It's a hell of a choice,
Yeah.
but I do think
No, I don't think in that movie it kind of like doesn't feel crazy out of place, I guess. Especially then later the frogs come down.
I don't. Didn't really need it, but doesn't like bug
doesn't
me.
kill it.
I don't think it added. I don't think it took. I think it just kind of is there for me. But it did make me think the movie was over,
Yeah,
because it seems like an end point.
fair.
Yeah.
What do you
Any other
think?
movie
Then?
that may well have been.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and be the dissenting opinion again.
Do it.
That is, we said it earlier. This is a blank check movie, and
Big time.
that feels like something that in any other situation somebody would have and probably should have said no. Paul Thomas, you can't don't do that. It's going to take everybody out. They're going to think the movie is ending. We still have an hour to go. And what? Like, no, I don't think it worked. I think it was I don't think it added. I think it made everybody kind of go. I'm sorry. I did read some reviews, and I do think it was a common this is where the movie kind of jumped the shark.
I think it should have
And I
went
can't
bigger if it was
disagree
going to
with
do
that.
that.
Well, I think
Oh,
just
really?
on that. I
Right?
was just going to say
Like,
on that
It was
topic
like the
about
Busby and Berkeley.
Hold on, go ahead, Oz.
from my 5 minutes of Wikipedia research. One of the interesting things after the movie came out, and I don't know how many years later it is, but an interviewer asks if he would, if he could go back and tell himself to change in the movie, or what he would do. He said, "Chill the fuck out and cut 20 minutes."
Yeah. No, he's pretty staunch about the fact that I was a little overconfident and did too much. Like he does feel that way about this movie looking back on it. I don't think in the moment he certainly didn't, because he was doing interviews saying I'm never going to make anything better than this. This is my peak. He was very, Boogie Nights, he was kind of anointed as you're next up.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. But
He believed in the hype.
he did. And he was dating Fiona Apple, and there was
That's a recipe for that, huh? I think if they would have went bigger with it, it would have made more sense. But I think it's
dance
whatever
number?
to me.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know, man.
It would have turned into
Clearly,
a whole
don't
break.
think so. I think that would have really been too much.
Okay.
It couldn't have been more
Earl's dance.
out of pocket for this. He got a blank check movie. He put his whole ass into it, and this is what that looks
did.
like.
He did. So, Officer
I
Jim, we're going to next.
What do you got?
Oh,
Sure,
sorry,
yeah.
you had something, Nick?
Is that
Nope,
it, Nick?
nope. Let's go, Officer
Don't
Jim.
hold back.
I don't care for the music of Amy Mann, as it turns out.
Oh, okay.
I like
That's
it.
a personal thing.
I
But
think
when
it
we
fits
said
the. I think it
score,
fits the movie.
oh, it fits. It's clearly tied into the DNA of this movie.
Yeah, I think it was,
there were also
together.
quotes
Yeah.
inspired by. He made a lyrical
Yeah.
interpretation, of Amy Mann's work, and again, I do love that this dude, the director, just went whole hog and saw this vision, and realized it. I love that for him.
Yeah.
Let's go off to Jim.
All right. Officer Jim.
Just to tie
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
in a bow. I think very clearly this is him working out a lot of personal shit, just throwing it all at the wall
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
There's this is kind of just like, I have a lot of shit that I want to talk through and figure out.
Yeah.
And I'm throwing it all in here.
It's
and I think that's usually a recipe for disaster.
It's not cheaper than therapy, but he did it anyway.
Yeah, he did. So Officer Jim. So basically the thing that colors a good word for this. The thing that colors this guy's arc is the way our first interaction with him knocking on a door and the way that it goes with a black woman. And then knocking on a white woman's door who he thinks is pretty.
Yeah.
And how different those two interactions are, especially with the kid in between who gives this rhyme that's like he's like a prophet telling the story of what's going to come, right?
Yeah.
And the way that he treats the kid, too,
is very dismissive. It's
just so interesting, like what they're trying to paint this guy as.
Yeah.
He like, but ostensibly, he's the guy that has it. He's like in the least of a crisis of anybody in this movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No. Yeah. I'm saying, but I don't think he's without crisis.
Sure, but it's certainly not on the.
No.
He's about to fall off the cliff like everybody else.
No.
But I find it interesting that we have this clearly racist, whether it's his own personal beliefs or through experiences or whatever. But it's just, to me, it's interesting because then it's like, well, here's this romance with him and this cocaine addict, who is abused by her dad. It's just like there's so much there, and he just lets every single thing that he wouldn't let go with anybody else let go with her because he wants to date her.
Well, he also did show a little bit of kindness at the end, more to another white person, to our quiz boy.
Oh, definitely. And he gives a nice monologue.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let them go.
Yeah,
if they're white.
It's a hard part of this job is deciding who I can let go and who I can't. And you're just sitting there like, huh?
How are you making those decisions?
Yeah. But the interesting thing, and this is again, it feels like this movie's full of half thought through ideas where like he's clearly saying something with this, but he's not like talking through like why it's bad, right? It's just interesting.
So that's like one of my overall takeaways from the movie is like he can point out a lot of problems. There's no like and this is what we should do about it, and or this is the alternative, or be a better person. It's just like there are a lot of problems here. It's like, thanks, Paul.
What do you guys think about our friend Officer Jim?
I kind of
another.
I was just gonna say.
Story.
Oh, hold on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, would it have been better if it was like Crash, where they solve racism in a 2-hour movie?
I didn't see Crash.
Yeah, the first half.
Wait, is Crash? No, I think I did see Crash.
It would have been better if it was more like Crash.
I will never. I never want to hear that come out of your mouth again. Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I like another moment where I thought the movie was going to be about something else was, stupid me thinking a conventional like body in a closet might turn into something, but
absolutely nothing.
Even though like we know who did it.
Later,
nothing comes of it. Even the shot fired at Officer Jim later turns into like, oopsie, lost my gun.
We gotta find the gun
instead.
Everyone's making fun of me at the station.
The full the sweeping for the gun. Oh my god, that was so good.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah,
I love him. Yeah. Nobody plays like a put upon, sad sack of a man who can sing. He did.
That's right.
That was the one thing I liked about the group musical was that we got to hear John C. Reilly sing.
Who is a
I don't know. William H. Macy
can
play that similar pathetic man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. How does he keep getting these roles?
It's always the same.
Dude, he's back to back with PTA movies where he's the saddest character. When he shoots himself.
And he had Fargo in
Boogie
between,
Nights.
right?
Yeah. Fargo, I think right before Boogie Nights, right? No.
I don't know.
I think it's 95 is Fargo, no?
Fargo's 97.
Oh,
I don't remember.
I got a tab.
Is any
Anyway,
It's 96,
Well,
but close.
96?
But yeah, I for me, Jim is just
A caricature.
yeah. There's just not. He's probably my like not that I like John C. Reilly. I think he's good. I just feel like that he's kind of a half a character.
I agree. I also was not. Anyone else not surprised when he told Claudia he was divorced?
Yeah. Of
Oh, a
course.
cop is divorced.
No, that he was giving huge divorced guy energy from the jump.
Definitely. Definitely. I love how one of the earliest things when he's talking about like what it means to be a cop, right when you first meet him, and he's carrying that big shotgun over his shoulder while he's like walking to his car, and it's like that's what I mean is like there's even though I don't think the character is a full character, there's enough good stuff around him like, that you see and experience, and I'm like, I just really like the movie, even though it's not far from perfect.
Yeah. I think if he made this movie today, it'd be very different. I think also I think Paul Thomas's radicalization is at a different spot. I think
Definitely
as well.
But he also was not even 30 when he made this movie.
No, I know.
Like no, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
No,
it's just funny to see his work now and then
Totally.
so soon together for me is so interesting.
Yeah. Who do we want to go to next? You want to do Claudia while we're here?
Yeah, it seems like an easy way to hop over, right?
Yeah. Claudia.
So we get like
This is some kind of performance.
the smash cut in the beginning when she's getting banged by that 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she has clearly daddy issues and a drug abuse problem.
Yeah, pretty clear.
And
This
that's where that
also-
starts.
That's where that ends.
Go ahead.
What? I guess I'm sorry. She does reconcile.
Well, we get
with
a
him,
little
but,
more.
like,
We get a little more.
We get a reconnection with mom.
Well, we get the confrontation with dad as well.
Yeah, we do.
that's true, but that's basically the start too. I mean, after the hookup, he comes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before we even knew the deal, I was like, "Wow, she's a tough customer."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's
That's a raw
screaming at him.
audience. Yeah.
I don't love her as an actor in this movie.
I think she's another half character, but
I just don't.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess there's not really that much to talk through. I mean,
Well,
she has the interaction with the dad,
Mhm.
and then has mom come back at the
Well-
end along with
Well,
Jim.
with the whole interaction with Jim is pretty crazy. Of like she
That's
was doing lines,
Going
and there's
yeah.
a noise complaint,
super loud music.
and then now the cop basically invites himself in, and she's like trying to balance that while high. And then she even like so
Runs
she's like
into the bathroom.
make you coffee. All right, we're having coffee. He doesn't even know what
Love
we're
a cup of
talking
coffee.
about. Like, and then she goes and does another fucking bump, and she's like, "All right, like I'll deal with this." She's like, "All right, let's talk." He's like, "I gotta go." It's like what?
Her energy in this movie, just out of control.
But I think it calls for it.
No, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But she's just so like she's always like,
Yeah.
keep talking. What are you gonna say next?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
she's
yeah.
like biting at the chance to like, I need to hear you talk.
Yeah, I
now.
need something.
It's crazy.
So I think that scene is really good. The rest of the stuff, obviously, there's a little whatever.
The
But
date, I think, is interesting.
Mhm.
You could
I
probably
like
take
the-
that part out.
when you start realizing like how her damage is also like she is also shitting on her damage, like in her way. Like she's like, I'm not good
Yeah,
enough
I'm
either.
broken,
Like
yeah.
the shit that happened to me. Yeah, like she's like, I'm broken, and like perpetuating it even further, and she knows it, and obviously that's why she's like abusing drugs. And
I do like her line about can we just get rid of all the piss and shit and
Yeah.
just say what we're actually thinking
Yeah,
and
yeah.
feeling instead of lying
the games,
the whole time.
the first date game where you
Yeah.
pretend, oh, how do I make this person like me and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did
do
wonder,
like
what is she do? What girl? What are you doing going out on the actual date? I get agreeing to the date in the moment because like get this cop out of my apartment by whatever means necessary. But then to go on the date, at first I was like, "What are you doing?" And then I was like, "Oh right, she loves self-sabotage. This is
Yeah.
just
100%.
another way to set herself up." Yeah.
Yep. Anything else on Claudia before we roll to the next?
Well, I guess we find out that she was molested.
Yeah, so we can go to Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well, and that hug at the end, and then her smile towards the camera
The hug at the end, who
from
with-
Jim.
with
Jim hugs her at the
Yeah.
end. Did that feel weird to anybody else? Like the energy she was giving off, like for
I
a
don't
minute,
know.
like
I
seemed
was so
sinister.
out of it
or
by that
just
point.
fair enough.
Yeah,
It was a weird
No.
energy. Okay, I don't know.
I didn't think it was that weird.
All right, just me. That's fine.
Yeah,
I think it was on brand weird for the rest of the movie.
that's
That's fine.
that's what I'm thinking.
No, it's not sinister though. To your point.
Okay, fair.
Jimmy Gator,
Jimmy Gator, what a piece of shit.
what a guy! What a guy!
I think the first time we see him, he's banging on his wife.
Yep, sure is.
So the way the beginning of the movie opened, very much made me think it was going to be around Tom Cruise's character and operation, because it's like, oh, we're seeing all these guys with women
Yep.
that are like probably not should be with them, and I was like, all right, and then clearly that's not what this movie was going.
No, that's
But-
just one part of it.
Jimmy Gator,
So Jimmy is the game show host.
Yep.
He's been doing it for many years.
25 years, something
yeah,
like that.
25, 30 years.
Yeah,
And he's like a household name. Everyone knows him.
coming up on retirement.
Like you said, we were introduced to him where he's banging someone that works at the
Mhm.
TV station. And clearly they've been having an affair for a very long time. He tells her that he has cancer.
Oh, that was the woman.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't recognize who it was, so I was like, it makes sense that they're close, but
Yeah.
it makes more sense.
He tells her that he has cancer and he's only got a few months to live.
Yeah, while he's on stage, like
Yeah.
A few weeks, I think.
Yeah.
they said 2
I
months.
think he said 2
I think
months.
he
so
said,
he
like-
said 2 months to Claudia.
And he's like 2 months. I'm totally fucked.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so he is having episodes while he's. I mean, first of all, he gets loaded before going on.
Yeah, always a good start for
And then,
cancer patient.
and then
That's what you'd
he-
recommend, right, Dan?
Yeah,
as a
definitely.
nurse.
And then he has episodes where he's passing out during the show and forgetting things and
Yeah.
getting confused and then
Dude,
we
his
have this big
entire production crew, the TV production crew, all just pieces of shit. The
total piece of
that's-
shit.
woman that
Is-
handles the kids, the guy,
Yeah.
I think it's like the main producer was like, all right, we'll just keep going. It's like the guy
Yeah.
almost fell. Call the ambulance.
Yeah, this is a
And
not
this
a
was
fond,
live TV.
Yeah,
not a fan of LA Hollywood movie
totally.
for sure.
Well, listen, PTA's first job was as like a low-ranking like production
Oh, I don't-
assistant
I'm not-
at a live
Yeah.
TV. No, I'm saying like at this sort of setting.
Yeah, I'm sure it's 100% accurate. Like,
Yeah.
I was not I was not like poor Hollywood.
I didn't think you were.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just
I was
saying.
like, yeah, this is very much like
That'd
a.
be off brand.
adding an anecdote here.
Okay. I thought you were like, well, I was like,
No.
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 I was like, no. This is accurate.
But I think the big thing with Jimmy, obviously, he has the first interaction going into Claudia's apartment. You know, the guy, the one night stand, answers the door.
That was
He's like,
crazy.
Are you Jimmy Gator? So yeah,
It's like, oh shit.
it's my daughter.
No, yeah, he was like, oh, I'm such a fan. Da, 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 da. And he's like, all right, that's my daughter.
Can I come in?
What are we doing here?
So he basically gets home to his wife after his, what you would assume is his last show. He's not healthy, and he's just opening up, telling her that he's cheated on her many times, blah, blah. And then he has a line where it's like, or did you already know this? She's like, I hope this isn't just for my benefit. And it's like, you fucking know this is for your benefit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're such a piece of shit.
Yeah, that is always a thing, right? Like, I knew someone who had like not a similar story, but like, that someone was dying and they wanted to confess to their wife all this shit, and she's like, it was her father, and she said, "You fucking keep that shit to yourself. You're not fucking just leaving that on mom's fucking thing and then piecing out." And as far as I know, that's what happened.
Well,
But it's just like crazy.
Jesus.
Or it's like, no, you don't get to just absolve yourself on your way out and make it someone else's fucking problem.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But
He was a cop.
well, all right.
Little lore into what that
Yeah,
might have been.
Appreciate that part.
What's the name and mailing
yeah.
address?
We'll put that in the show
doxing.
notes.
So he does this. She doesn't bat an eye.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, of course. I'm okay with all that.
Well, she's
She
like, I'm
says,
not
you're
mad.
my,
I'm
you're
mad,
my,
but I'm not.
you're my big handsome man.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
says
yeah.
something like that. And then he's like ready to move on, and she's like, "Wait, I haven't finished asking questions."
Mhm.
And says,
Why
yeah,
doesn't Claudia
Why
talk
doesn't
to you?
Claudia? Yeah. And he's like, I don't know. Like she has in her head that I molested her or
Yeah,
something.
I think there was one more question before that, but
And
yeah,
it's like he's sitting there just like saying like, yeah, she's
she's crazy.
she thinks of these things or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
And she's just like, did you?
yeah.
And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the crazy line.
And
Bro,
she's
I
yeah,
don't remember is not
Yeah,
what you want to hear.
acceptable answer in this situation.
Not a
Yeah.
good response. Not a good response. So she obviously leaves very upset, and he finds a gun and goes to
In the kitchen drawer where you keep one.
absolutely loaded, ready to go,
Yeah,
and he gets saved by a frog.
yeah,
Is that the last
Frog
time we
comes-
see him? I remember the shot.
It
yeah. So
is.
we actually don't know if
It
he
is.
made it out of that, do we?
Well, it looked like
Oh,
there was
is
a
it?
fire starting.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
No,
Like he
that's
could have
right.
just been burnt alive too.
It could have, yeah. But yeah,
Did
that's
God save him so that he'd have to die from cancer?
maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's what it was.
Yeah, Jimmy, tough character, very
Yeah.
good. I love this performance from Philip Baker Hall. I think he's
It
excellent.
was really good, and obviously he has no problem abusing children. That's his whole work.
Yeah,
Well, and I
Oh,
think
he
and
has-
that last scene I thought was really good.
yeah, really good.
The way he admits it, his wife's reaction, I thought all that was really strong.
And him just being like,
Well,
yeah,
He's a little
Uh,
blasé about it, which I guess he would be.
yeah. I mean, that's where he's at in his life, I guess.
yeah. He was also like loaded.
Yeah, he was
I forgot
he couldn't hold his
that
head up.
man was drunk the entire time.
the entire
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
The entire time.
Couldn't hold his head up.
And the way he interacts with the kid, with Stanley.
Yeah.
Speaking of Stanley, maybe we
Dude,
should go
Stanley.
Yeah, let's go
to
to
the game
Stanley.
show world. Poor Stanley, man.
Yeah.
Stanley's got some good lines.
You
though.
know how I knew it was going to be bad? When the dad had a Fiero. I was like, oh, that's not a good sign.
Dude, how about
As someone who's had a dad who had
Underrated car.
nothing like that, but yeah, underrated car movie.
That's right. But the thing that I want to say is the guy that plays the dad, which I'm like searching for now because
He
there's
looks
so many
like
characters.
another actor.
He is such
He was
a
in
piece of
Lost?
shit.
Mhm.
He was. Michael Bowen is the name.
He was a piece of shit.
What a piece of shit this guy is.
Like to a T.
Oh my god.
Again, daddy issues the movie.
Gotta
I
break
mean,
the
that's
record.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And poor Stanley, man. I mean, he doesn't even go to class anymore. He just
No.
brings, and they have the interaction where like he's like, what kind of kid brings 4 bags of books to school?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you're the one doing this.
While you're making this kid go on TV to be the smart kid and break the record,
yeah,
which I caught the Guinness Book of World Records on the
Yeah.
table there.
it was there.
And it's just like,
Even when he's walking out
mm,
and he's like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, and he's like, you were the one that's late,
yeah,
Dad.
yeah. He said,
He's
"Oh,
like,
I'm
well, you could have been waiting outside here.
exactly."
It's like I couldn't see you from where I was.
And another like note is like
God damn.
at the end when we're in the bedroom and
Yeah.
he's talking to the dad. He even has like the workout equipment in the bedroom. Like,
I saw that
It's just
too.
like such a
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
I thought the same thing. But Stanley, so the major thing that happens with Stanley, he's a whiz kid, right? He knows all the answers, and he has to pee.
Yeah.
Because he's getting pulled from here to there, he hasn't had a chance to use the bathroom, and he says something to the production person who
production assistant.
I forget what
Cynthia.
is her name's Cynthia. What is that
Felicity
actor's
Huffman.
name? She's in a million things.
Oh,
Felicity Huffman.
She's in a million things.
So she's just like, well, you can't go right now. You got to
Yeah.
hold it. Can
Yeah.
you hold it? And then the second time he asks, she's like, we're back in a minute.
Yeah.
You got to wait till the next break. And it's like this poor fucking kid. The thing that I love is he does get his moment. And go ahead, Nick. You can jump in.
Well, no, sorry. I just like I can't believe that a children's live television program does not
Yeah,
have
they have
like
something
a
for
plan
this.
in place.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry,
Absolutely.
he does get his moment though. You're not wrong.
But yeah, I think for me, just to talk, I mean, it's I guess a philosophy of like what you care about or don't care about in movies. And for me, little shit like that. I mean, this movie is going so big in so many ways that it's just making them more evil by not allowing him to go to the bathroom is the point. It's not the nitpick of like, well, obviously they would know that and have a plan in place. It's like, I get why that's frustrating because it's like, well, duh, this shouldn't be a problem, and that could be like viewed as like a bad thing about the movie. But to me, I'm just like, I mean, it serves the purpose.
No, yeah.
And he pees his pants. It's like the nightmare of everybody, right? You're on live TV and you piss your pants. It's like that's just my own.
And honestly, it does matter with
this.
like their commercial breaks and stuff like that, or being whatever it is, and like what priority they're even giving the kids, because they're not like asking the kids anything. Like they waited until the kid was like, "I gotta go now," and it's like, well, now it's too late. Like I could see that happening.
Fuck the two other kids too.
Why
are they even on the team? They don't bring anything to them.
Kids.
No, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Louis Guzman.
Yeah, Luis Guzman
great.
is the man.
Yeah.
And then he gets a nice role in Punch Drunk Love as the next movie. So Stanley's moment. The thing that I love is when he gets really mad. So he has multiple things here where he's like, I'm not going. I don't want to. I'm always the one that has to answer. Like clearly the poor kid's under too much pressure.
Yeah.
And when he says to them, he's like, this isn't funny. This isn't cute. See the way we're looked at? Because I'm not a toy. I'm not a doll. The way we're looked at because you think we're cute? Because what? I'm made to feel like a freak if I answer questions, or I'm smart, or I have to go to the bathroom? What is that, Jimmy? And he's like, I'm actually asking, what is that?
Yeah,
and Jimmy looks at him, he's like, I'm not sure, Stanley.
Yeah.
And I just love that the kid is like, don't you guys know how fucked up this is? Like, don't do this. Like,
Yeah.
why am I under all this stress? I'm a kid. It either means I end as a freak or a genius, or I'm pissing my pants on TV.
Yeah,
It's like it's just such a good like little encapsulation of like his fucked up dad and the TV execs
it's
like
like,
all the things.
yeah.
It's like, oh God.
And I thought it was really funny because when they asked that opera question, I'm not a big opera guy, obviously, but I was like, Carmen? Like that's the only one I would have been able to know, and it was, and I was like,
And you nailed it.
good for me. That made me feel good about myself.
Anything else about Stanley or the game show before you go to Quiz Kid Donnie Smith?
I think
That was a tough game show.
I do think,
Yeah.
really. Also, like, what a crazy concept for a game show is just like, because those weren't just your average adult either. It was like smart adults versus smart kids.
It was very strange. And I love the guy in the middle that's like, well, thanks, Jimmy. I have perfect pitch.
Yeah.
So I know this. It's just so
it's
stupid.
like, oh, this is weird.
It's so dumb.
But his line that I used to open up with the thing where it's like, Dad, you got to be better to me. Dad, you need to be
Gotta
better
be
to me.
nicer to me.
Which is like really like good for him being the person who's like seeing this coming down the road, because everyone in the movie basically was treated like shit by their dad. And he's like, hey, I don't want to be treated like, and I guess that's our option of an alternative is like, kid, say something.
Yep. Yeah.
I do think that's probably the best personal kind of climax that we get in this movie. And the one that gives you the most hope for that person. So Stanley
Definitely.
recognizes, his value, and hopefully, I mean, his dad tells him to go to bed repeatedly, so not a lot of hope, but like at least Stanley knows what's up. My favorite line of Stanley's.
Dad said okay once at least.
Yeah.
And then he just said go to bed 3 times.
Clearly he had a hard night.
Crazy. So go ahead.
I think Stanley, most relatable moment was when he's in the library watching the frogs fall, and he knows, we get reports. There have been frogs falling from the sky before in real life.
Yeah.
And Stanley's watching it come down, and he says, this is the thing that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, Stanley, I think that's what I would be saying if I was watching
good.
this.
Isn't
That's
that
good.
also like the reprise of the line that Cynthia gives him when he's asking about the weather? Isn't it similar to that? Am I wrong?
I
don't remember.
know.
When she's like, sometimes it's just kind of
That is the
The thing
reprise
comes.
of the opening and closing of
Yeah.
those coincidences. That
Yeah.
is some, These are things that happened. Something like
Fair.
that.
Well, and you have hope
talk
that Stanley's not going to end up as William H. Macy, right, in 40 years.
Right.
Yeah.
That's definitely God willing.
Like in
Nobody wants that.
breaking in places to steal so he can get himself braces.
Yeah.
But Stanley broke in to steal knowledge.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. It's all mirrored. It's all twinned. But yeah, I guess we can go to Donnie.
Yeah.
William H. Macy. This guy's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Not
I
much.
think that's the whole thing here.
Yeah.
I did like his back and forth with the guy at the bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
I wanted
Henry
that to be the
Gibson.
movie.
That's Henry Gibson, who, if you're a Robert Altman fan, this is like one of his guys.
Yeah.
So the character in here is Thurston Howell, and just everything Donnie was saying, he had some like pithy
Quip,
one-liner
sassy,
to like.
yeah.
And they're both in love with Brad behind the bar.
Brad behind the bar.
With the braces. And fucking Donnie, who has nothing, wants to get braces so that he can relate to Brad.
I guess that's what that was, right? Yeah.
I mean,
It was never like a super
Yeah.
solid plan.
No,
That's rough.
I think that's generous
That
to
is
call it
rough.
a plan, but yeah. Dude, when he
There
crashed
was a
into the
moment-
7-Eleven,
Yeah.
because it was so slow, too. Sorry.
Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, that was another moment where I was like, oh my God, he must have cancer. Like it's affecting his motor skills or something. No, it took me a second when we finally got to the bar with Donnie. Also, my second side character shout out, Alfred Molina, doing a very
Solomon.
heavy accent. But like, yeah. But like, how do you not like Alfred Molina?
Oh, yeah.
Always good to see Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
Even if he is
when,
saying that.
That was good.
yeah. When Donnie finally gets to the bar, I was like, oh, what are we? Does he want to be the bartender? Is he thinking that braces will like help him get, attention? And then no. I mean, yes, but not the way,
Yeah.
that I thought.
Not what you'd expect.
Yeah, I do wish we could get a
Donnie.
3-hour movie of like,
Just
what's
the
his
bar.
name? Gibson? Yeah, those two sitting next to each other
Yeah.
fighting over the hunky bartender.
Yeah.
That like is what My Dinner with Andre should have been.
The way he says one line that's like, it's dangerous to confuse angels and children or something, and it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, this guy's coming up with some crazy shit.
Yeah, very
and
Oscar Wilde.
Donnie's always like answering it. No, actually,
Yeah.
it's okay to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's really good shit.
No, that was
That
was a
feels
good.
like an Amy Mann lyric inspired piece of dialogue.
But I feel like that's what this guy Thurston Howell was all about. He
Yeah.
was just like, I got 700 of these ready to rock.
Exactly.
and 9 times out of 10 they don't relate to what the guy's talking about.
It was very the beginning, like the first chapter of Portrait of Dorian Gray, where it's just sassy,
Yeah,
the sassy gays talking.
definitely.
It's so good.
But yeah, Donnie's ultimate fate is he's gonna need that oral surgery.
After all,
Yeah.
it's like irony. A lot of irony in this movie. They like to do.
Sometimes things just happen.
Yeah, like Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
This is not ironic.
But yeah, he takes a spill after stealing money and then
putting it
feeling
back.
bad, going to put it back, realizing his key broke off in the lock, so he has to climb on the roof to get in, and then the frogs start.
hmm
What
So the real lesson
poor
there is,
Donnie.
if you steal it, commit.
That's right.
That's the real lesson.
That's right. But I like that our friend Jim the cop helps him break back in,
Yeah,
just to put the
Put
money back in the
safe.
safe.
Yeah. That exchange though, with the Solomon
Yeah.
was so good too, because it's like they were like mad and firing him, but at the same time they're like still kind of care about him,
Yeah.
and they're like, you don't need the braces, you get struck by lightning.
And then
And
they're
just-
like, "Fuck you, asshole."
Yeah, he's like,
he's like, "Hey, Donnie."
Yeah,
come on."
like it, obviously they're frustrated, but they weren't like prick bosses. They're like, we
Yeah.
trying here,
Yep.
trying to help you out.
Um,
But again, he's like, my parents shit away all my money, or whatever the story was. It's
Yep.
obviously mismanaged by the parents, and like did not set him up in life to do anything better with that situation. And then he's hired as a salesperson to try and get people into this electronics store, and that didn't really work out.
It's a daddy issues movie.
Daddy
Yeah,
issues
Daddy Issues
all
the
the way
movie.
down. And he's got his big check
On the wall.
on the wall that he never even got money of.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Just to remind him.
This guy.
What I thought was funny about
That's
the check
just
is it
so
was signed
sad.
by Jim Gator. Because
Yeah.
it's like, it's not his money. Like,
signed by Jimmy. Gator.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Donnie's a tough one.
Sad boy.
Yeah.
He also dyed his hair when he was doing
Yeah.
the robbery, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Was that for the robbery?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Because he was.
I thought so, but then I was like, I don't know. Like, is this also for attention?
We also have a funny one. Paul F. Tompkins is the voice on the phone when Phil Parma calls to get Frank Mackey, and Paul F. Tompkins he's a comedian that's in a bunch of stuff, but he's Mr. Peanut Butter and BoJack. He's in a ton of stuff, and I just thought it was funny that he's just the voice on the phone. I'm like, is that? And I looked it up. I was like, oh yeah,
That is funny.
there's like a lot
There's
of little stuff like that.
Another cancer tie-in. His mom had cancer.
That's true. Yeah, on
Yeah.
the phone. He's like, yeah, she beat it.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
Should we? Is that our transition over to Earl?
I think I'm.
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
I
quick
think
interjection.
No, we did
So I
Earl.
was thinking of.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, we did do Earl. No,
Yeah, we
just
did.
that there are a lot of people in the tiniest parts that you wouldn't expect.
Mhm.
I'm going through the cast list, and we talked Louis Guzman, we talked Alfred Molina. They get lines. I'm talking about like Robert Downey Sr. is in here.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane is young Jimmy Gator.
When they do like the old ones on TV, like when the Quiz Kid is
Donnie.
Yeah, when Donnie's on there.
Yeah, Orlando Jones plays Worm. I don't even remember
Yeah.
seeing Orlando Jones.
We
So
saw him not. We never saw his face.
we just see him hooded up and running. So he apparently had, believe it or not, there was some stuff cut from this movie, and he cut. There was a whole side plot about Worm, who was the guy that killed the guy in the closet.
That felt like it was like something that they left out. Like, you're like, ooh, oh.
Yeah, and that was going to be
Yeah.
And Patton
Yeah.
Oswalt, we didn't even talk about.
Oh yeah, he was in the.
Oh,
he
that's
was
true,
the
yeah.
beginning.
He was the dealer.
Yeah. I thought that was going to pay off
scuba
so
diver.
much better.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there is a ton of that.
Just because it was Patton Oswalt, I was like, oh, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh, that was it.
I thought I saw Agent Coulson. I think he was one of the camera
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
He's one of the camera guys. Yeah.
Oh, and Greg Clark,
Who's that?
Agent Coulson, as the guy who's.
That's quite literally what Ozzy just said.
Oh, then it's a different guy,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh, you said
Also-
Agent Coulson. I was thinking of
said
Agent.
Agent Coulson.
I was thinking of the one from The Matrix,
Agent Smith?
No.
Neil
Agent Smith.
Flynn?
I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Yeah.
There we
Uh,
go. Shout out to Neil Flynn, the janitor from Scrubs. He's in there.
Oh, he's in there. I didn't see him.
Wow. Yeah, I missed him.
Love him.
All
Yeah.
time.
Also with
Yeah,
the
there's
dad
a-
in Mean Girls.
It
Yeah.
is a famous Paul Thomas Anderson thing that he just like guys he likes,
He just puts on set.
and he won't even know them. He'll just be like, "I love you,"
Yeah.
and I'm gonna reach out to you to be like, "Hey, do you want to be in the background of one of my movies?"
Yeah.
It's like a thing he does.
That's kind of awesome.
I mean, when he got Adam Sandler for Punch Drunk Love, it was because he's like, yeah, I love Adam Sandler comedies. I think they're the best, and I see something in him that he can do something more serious, and I got to get him, and he did it. So we talked about most of the characters. We obviously didn't talk about all the major scenes. Is there anything jumping out that we missed that you guys want to touch on?
I thought it was a very interesting choice that they put the dog on a gurney with the man,
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a nice gag
because
rolling through.
that's definitely not the same people who do that.
Yeah.
Dogs. There are
Yes.
5 in the room with Earl at the start. We see one eat a couple of pills.
Eat a couple pills.
Yeah.
Is it just
then
me?
go out on
And
the
then
gurney.
they're. Oh, the dog went out on the gurney.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed
Yeah,
it because
yeah,
later
yeah.
I was having dogs.
So when they
again.
drape,
It
they
was like a
drape it
sight
over.
gag of
Yeah, they drape the sheet over Earl, and then they drape a little one over the dog too, and then you see them wheel Earl out, and then you see a second gurney with the dog on
little
it.
dog under the sheet.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I'm so sad I missed that.
That was
What the hell
a highlight
watching?
for me. Yeah.
And then you have Frank walking in and being like, I will drop kick those dogs.
That was one
if
of the
they
other
come near
lines
me."
I was
And he
gonna
said
use.
it like 3
He
times.
said it-
Yeah, he
Yes.
reiterated.
3 times.
Yeah.
He's like, "Where are the dogs?" Before I go back there.
And then we get to see the difficulty of animal actors when he's like, all right, and he's ushering them out, and then he kind of, you see him kind of like drag the mini Aussie out. Like, all right, come on. But I like that shot a lot.
Yeah, really good
in the hallway, like
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the side there,
Yep,
because
yep.
like you're not seeing him come in,
Yeah.
but like you're getting it, and then he was in, and then you just see everything walking in there. It was a good spot.
I really like when Phil has been on hold and with talking to different people and everything, and then Linda walks in and he's like, "I'm on the phone with Frank." He's like pointing and saying,
He's like
she's
excited.
like, "What are you doing? Get him out of
She
here!"
attacks him.
Attacks him, slaps him, hangs up on him, and you see his fit. He's like, "Oh," like he's like, "Oh my god, I've been waiting for so long," and you just did that. But he's like, "Well, all right, gotta take a second."
Yeah, and that's the other thing, like that again is so impressive to me about this is like he's playing a normal person
Yeah.
and dealing with just crazy
Yeah,
people.
yeah, 100%. And he's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job.
He's
Usually he's one of the crazy ones.
he's
Yeah.
usually one of the big ones. I mean, Punch Drunk Love, and then the very next one, he's like all-time one-scene performance and just
Shut up.
the best, the absolute best.
But
I
I
do.
also thought it was. I also really
sorry.
liked again. Sorry, real quick. Just this is like 2 seconds. Him on the phone ordering the stuff to the house, and he's like kind of
Yeah.
nervous about like ordering. Do you guys have Playboy?
Do
And then
you have Hustler.
Penthouse. And then, then you even realize it's not even for him to get
It's
the
to
porn.
find-
It's to find the ad.
Which, of course, that's where he's going to find
Of
the
course.
ad. It's good shit.
He's kind of like giggling about it too.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's why
you
it was
have
so
Hustler.
good.
Okay, that one too. I liked his performance. I wish that his big scene, because everybody gets a bite at this apple, right? I understand why
Yeah.
Paul Thomas gets big names because they're gonna get a scene to go hard.
Oh,
on.
yeah.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman didn't get to go that crazy. He didn't get to like scream at anybody or
No.
burst into tears or whatever. His thing was being on the phone. And I'm sorry, but like this is another decision that just took me right out of it. The like, if this were a scene in a movie, you'd be the guy that helped me. And I'm like, fucking, I know. Like, this is not a cutesy fourth wall break. You're just doing it in my face, and this is not on Philip Seymour Hoffman's acting. I think the script was always going to do that.
But do you feel that there's no universe where him as a character says that to somebody on the phone? Like, I don't feel like that's so outrageous.
So I have 2 things about this. I've literally had people say that in real life several times. Like, this feels like a movie. Like, and I'm like, all right, you need to come down. But like, they say it in real life. So that does happen. I'm not like trying to be like, that's the end of that. But like, I liked it because also, not for a second did I think that was going to have a positive. Like, he wasn't going to get what he thought was going to happen. Whereas like, it's this nice reunion. Like at every moment I'm like, yeah, and this is going to be so shitty. It's going to be the negative version of it. Like, that's why I was like, that's why that worked for me, is because it's like he's hyping it up as like, oh my God, this nice thing that you see in movies is going to happen in front of me in real life because of the actions I'm doing. But instead it was, I'm going to kick the dog guy and like, you're a piece of shit. You left me type of thing and let your wife die of cancer alone.
what a fucked up scenario that is.
Yeah. That's why I
be
like that
like-
so much.
To be like, I don't want to be around for this.
yeah.
It's just like, what the
That shit
fuck?
happens.
That's crazy.
No, that shit happens.
That is crazy.
Honestly, like when obviously you see it as a healthcare provider, but like the way some people can and cannot handle those situations and will just opt out is like, it is the craziest thing to see in real life.
And to me, it's like, okay, I get that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But to be like, you know who's going to handle it? My 14-year-old son.
Not them.
That's fucking
Yep.
crazy. That's crazy
Yes.
shit.
Sadly, that's the realistic part that like I was like, yeah, that's plausible, probable
That's
in some
so
cases.
nuts. That is so nuts.
Yeah. But you know, that's one of the situations where I was like, this is what would happen, you know.
I get what you're saying, but I liked it because it blew up in his face. That's why I like that, because then it kind of like sets that rug pull, and that's what it did for me. So I was like, all right, well, that worked well.
So overall, I mean, you mentioned Nick, you mentioned Tom Cruise is crying, didn't do it for you. Did you like his performance outside of that? Did you feel that he was like really good in this role? Did you feel he was okay? Like, what'd you think of him overall?
Tom Cruise, I give a good overall, but like just kind of whiffed on the big swing. You know, I liked him on stage. I liked him in the interview, but when you turn on the waterworks, and he does get points for real tears. You know, some actors can't, so you always get points when you actually get the tears going. But it was an effort, and I could see the effort. So just in that scene alone, that's like Tom Cruise's demerit for me.
Okay.
What about, so just overall, I mean, you said you had some qualms with some performances. What stood out to you as not being so good?
Okay. Well, let's see here. Honestly, in terms of performances, John C. Reilly, I think it's tough because he wasn't given a lot to work with, even though he got most of the lines. He did a good job, you know what, in the opening, because that was a very like tension cranking moment of him in the apartment, and you're just like, why is he escalating, you know?
Yeah. Wow. That's what they do.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know, man. It is mostly, it's not the performances necessarily that I had
It's
the
the
biggest
script.
problems with. The script is something. And I know that like this is a multiple interconnected storylines thing. But structurally, we start with these two great coincidences, right? The guys whose names all happen to be Greenberry Hill, Daryl, what was that? Patton Oswalt's character in the tree, which I think is apocryphal, right? Like we've all heard that story, but I think it's been debunked. But whatever, for the sake of the movie, sure, it's a great coincidence. I don't know that we got any coincidence in the actual story then that lived up to those set expectations. I mean, the frog storm is a hell of a thing, and I did not see it coming.
If you did, that would be something.
That would have been crazy.
I know. Yeah. I mean, and great.
Well, okay,
that's
so
another one of those maximalist decisions.
a little bit of that with not that I saw frogs coming, but when they said like God is gonna bring the rain, our little prophet, then it was actually raining. I'm like, oh, there we go. And then it was like, oh, the frogs. I'm like, he wasn't kidding when he said God is gonna bring the rain. Like, he brought the frog rain, which it was a lot of frogs.
That was a ton of frogs.
It was.
It was a cool effect.
Yeah, well, he used
Real frogs.
I think it was like 7,500, 8,000 rubber frogs.
Oh, okay.
And then there was CGI also in certain times, and you could see it from a certain point of view. But they did use real frogs, not real frogs, but
Real
rubber
frogs.
frogs to make it actually feel like
Practical frogs, yeah.
And
Well, when they're slipping on them and sliding on them in the road,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but even the falling, they did use real rubber frogs.
It was good. It was a great frog storm. Like effect wise, it was visceral. It sounded
What would
heavy.
you do in that situation?
Wait it out, man.
Yeah, right. Like that's the only
Drive
thing, like,
slower.
yeah.
Everybody
There was like
fucking wrecking
no
on
brakes.
Yeah.
Yo, the ambulance, like
That was crazy.
just.
I think, I mean, for me, overall, I mean, it's a movie about regret, right? And like, I really like the big themes, and I like the way that they're utilizing them. And I like I said in the beginning, I think there are a lot of good, like, interesting twists and tweaks on a central theme where it's like, yeah, that is a little fucked up. How do you reckon with that? How do you do this? And then, like, I think of Earl on his deathbed talking about that and being like, my biggest problem is letting her go. Like that's the thing that I'll always like regret. And I think the thing he talks about like the guilt, the regret, and then he's like, don't like use the regret to your advantage. Don't just live with it and die with it.
Yeah,
like
do something about it. Take action.
It's just it's interesting. And I think it's a lot about, hey, life is hard and it just keeps going, and even when bad shit happens, you don't get a break. You still have to move on, and like I think there's a lot of good broad things happening that I enjoy, and I like how it manifests here. And like I said, for me, it's that stuff plus the dialogue, and I think the script is very strong. I have nitpicks, obviously, but I think when it's good, it's very good. And then for me, I love 90% of these performances. I think William H. Macy is great. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman's great. I think Julianne Moore is great. I love Philip Baker Hall. Tom Cruise, I love. There's just so much good that for me, this is like if I was critically appraising it, I may score it lower than what I personally like come away from it as like, yeah, this is a memorable, great movie that I enjoy a lot more than, of course I could say there are flaws in XYZ, but it's I come out the other side saying, hey, I really love that movie. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Any thoughts that we missed? Anything you guys want to talk about? Anything? I feel like do
we want to talk about all the connections?
Sure, if you want to. Yeah.
Like of how everyone's connected in which way.
There's a handy diagram.
I don't know about all of them.
Wikipedia page.
I know there is a diagram. I didn't look at it. But so we have Earl, who's connected to Frank.
Yes,
it's his son.
It's his son.
But also the producer of Jimmy's show.
Yes, and also married to Linda.
And but I feel like that is that connection, right? Linda doesn't have a connection with anyone else besides Earl, right?
Okay.
Linda employs Phil. The prophet.
I feel like that's all the same story.
Finds her. Yeah.
Oh, the prophet. That's the one I forgot.
While she's passed out from overdosing.
Yeah. Which then I guess would be the connection to John C. Reilly, who's also connected to Claudia, who's connected back to Jim.
Do you think this is good content, what you're doing right now?
I think it's fun.
I was wondering.
I wanted to see who's connected to who.
How about like the subgenre just of these interconnected story movies? Because Pulp Fiction was before this, 94.
Yeah,
okay.
94, yeah.
We got Crash after. Crash, I feel like, is the strongest parallel, but also solves racism in the process. So, that's a message, maybe more of a message movie than this.
Yep. And what a message. What a message.
Isn't Babel kind of like this too?
Babel's strong, yeah. The international Magnolia is Babel. You could also stretch this out to make the rom-coms, Love Actually, Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve.
I feel like that's a little farther out. But I guess in that genre of
structurally.
like that.
Weapons, baby. Weapons.
I haven't seen it. Still haven't seen it.
Okay, I like that.
Weapons was Zach Kreger says this is one of his favorite movies and it's the biggest inspiration for Weapons, and you could see it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the biggies that come to mind for me.
Mm-hmm.
I when you hear PTA talk about it, I wanted to make an Altman movie but shot by Scorsese, and that's like how he envisioned this. And you can feel the way the camera moves, obviously, is very like second half of Goodfellas. But like, it's interesting. He's always been a guy that wears his inspirations on his sleeve, and there's no like shame in it. He even said at like the recent, I think, at the Golden Globes or something, he called himself a magpie who just like borrows from everybody and kind of tries to create something that's his own out of it, which I think is a cool way to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a fan who makes things.
Yeah, well, he's such a fan. Like
Yeah,
He has his
that's what I'm saying.
inspirations and people he loves, and he.
So this is I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, but I do feel like if you asked, what's his name? Why can't I blank on his name? The head of DC.
James Gunn.
That's the one. I think he has taken a lot of inspiration from PTA as well.
I would love to hear what you mean by that.
In like the way I feel like the way he kind of compiles it in like a very I'm having trouble describe this.
You're saying structurally, like
no, like the way he'll do characters, where it's like, so I would say PTA doesn't do exposition, which is good.
Okay.
So you'll just run right into it. I think James Gunn does a similar version of that. I'm not trying to compliment James Gunn anyway. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, I could see bones of inspiration where it's like you kind of just start. You don't get like the origin stories or anything like that. And that's even true in like Scooby-Doo sort of and other things like that. But also the soundtrack and like the way he does music into shots is very similar. I've noticed, like when Donnie walked in with that Supertramp song.
Yeah.
I was feeling like a little bit of James Gunn in there, or obviously reverse of that. But I was like, I could see him being a fan of that.
Oh, somehow
I think
somehow reference Zack
Spider
Snyder and James
Snyder
Gunn.
and
That's crazy. Not sponsored by DC yet.
yeah. Don't know.
Yeah, probably won't, because I don't think we have any DC movies or anything even close.
No.
Both of those
Give us money.
directors sometimes feel like they start with a soundtrack and then just make the movie around it. Less Paul Thomas Anderson, but this movie, definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in this.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about Magnolia before we start to wrap?
I do appreciate the way PTA does that, where you're just in it right away. There's no like, all right, exposition dump and blah blah blah.
Right.
I do like that. Like you're in it, you'll figure it out, or you won't.
I think that I guess maybe I'm wrong about this, but my feeling is most adult dramas don't do that, and I think you're thinking more genre. So I don't know. I like genre movies obviously do that more frequently. I can't really think of a lot of like serious dramatic films that have like some sort of exposition dump in the beginning of their movies. So I don't think this is unique to him, but I agree. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. I wasn't saying like it's unique to him. I just think it's something that he does that I appreciate specifically.
Sure. Absolutely.
Jules and Jim has a hell of an exposition dump at the start of its movie. It's like 30 seconds of rapid fire exposition, and it's good. If you guys haven't seen Jules and Jim, heavy recommend.
I haven't seen it.
Don't know it. Yeah, last thoughts on Magnolia before we go to
The process.
our awards.
Gotcha.
Anything else?
I think you guys got sort of what my overall on this movie was.
Well, that's coming up. Don't worry. I
Oh,
want to
is
hear it.
it?
We're going to hear it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's a segment.
We'll now do the exposition dumps.
So firstly, best performance. Starting with Oz. This is his first watch.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the first watch.
Who's your best performance?
I think of the movies that we've done so far, it's probably the hardest choice for me because I think it's going to be either Julianne Moore or Tom Cruise.
Both.
I think I got to give it to Tommy Cruise.
Give it
And I
to
think
Tommy.
because the entire time I was watching it, I was getting upset that Tom Cruise has this in him, right? All his first half of his career, he was doing interesting movies. And now we've just had action star Tom Cruise for the last 15 years. And I want
Mission
to see
Impossible
him
movies.
do things that are more interesting. Although I do love his action movies. He has it in him.
He's doing that Inarritu movie. That should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm
that
very
the Digger
curious
one?
about that.
Yeah, Digger. That should be interesting.
I don't know what it like. People are like, "Oh, it's like Tropic Thunder," and I'm like, "Why?" Because he danced.
yeah, don't.
Yeah,
read too much
I just like
into
I don't
it.
understand why that is even the draw.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so Tom Cruise for Tommy. Nick, you said Julianne Moore before. You kind of gave it away. Is
No,
is
you
that
ain't
your
even
pick?
gotta ask. Julianne times 100.
She's like one of my favorite actors generally. Like I absolutely love her. So
I don't know if
can't
you've
go
got
wrong.
Criterion, but she's got a category all to herself right now.
I do,
That's
and
awesome.
I saw that. I've seen many of her films. I'm a big fan of Safe. I like a lot of her Todd Haynes stuff. Dave.
So I'm not giving it to either of them.
Oh.
All good performances, but I'm giving it to Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Nice.
I think there's
so
a lot of
good.
people doing a lot
So,
of big
so good.
things, and his subtlety in this is so good.
He's the guy, man.
But at the beginning, I talked about it when he does that like step towards and back, like that was like and we're watching the scene with Tom Cruise, his big performance, and I took that away from it. I'm like, yeah, this is my guy right here.
Part of me
Just
wants
very
to go-
smart. I'm sorry, Dan. I was
Yeah,
just going to say that scene specifically, in the way where he places the camera and just having Hoffman in the background instead of having him across the room and cutting back to him. And
He even steps into that frame, like he wasn't in it, and then steps into that spot, and it's like perfect.
good stuff.
So part of me wants to go Jason Robards because I think he's really excellent. He gives that great monologue, but I do think Tom Cruise is my best performance from this movie, in a movie full of great performances. And
He was nominated for it.
He was, as we've seen. That's not always indicative.
No, I know. I agree. I just think it's funny to say.
But I really love him in this. I think it's some of his best work. For me, I love both versions of him. I love him on the stage, being him. I love him in the interview, and then I love him at the bedside too. I really think he nails that. But that's why they create vanilla and chocolate, right? Different flavors for different people.
So Tom Cruise can cry.
That's it. We give it a star rating. Am I
We do
missing
star.
something? What's the other thing? Oh, favorite
Favorite
scene. Favorite scene, Tom.
Can I pick the interview scene, even though it's cut in two parts, basically?
You
I mean,
absolutely can.
they're all cut into some part at this
absolutely
point.
can.
All right, I'll do that.
Interviews your fave.
That whole interview, because
That is a really
He's
good scene.
very good.
That is a
I mean,
really
we've talked about it, the way he changes halfway through, but
yeah. Just
I
like
think
how
both pieces of it, just how crazy he is in the first half, is so great to watch, and then
And the fucking look on his face, like when he smiles back at her and stuff, like in the second half, like yeah,
and just when that bubbles burst and he's just like,
yeah,
fuck this.
yeah, it's really good. Nick.
Definitely Julianne Moore in the pharmacy. I mean,
Really
not
good.
only
Really
does she
good one.
deliver
Really
it
good.
well, but it like transforms her character just on a dime, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
easily.
really good. I love it. Dave.
I do think it is the pharmacy scene for me as well.
Yeah.
I hate copying and like picking it
No,
up, but like
it's really
that
good.
scene really did stick out. Just like before it even escalates, and it's just like you puts that in, and he's like, "All right," and then like you get them looking over the counter. You get people passing by on the street, so like even to like raise the suspicion of like is someone coming to get her, like for doing this or whatever. Like, but obviously it's all legit-ish, and then just like fuck you, man. Like, don't lady me.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the ultimate end of the conversation when Donnie admits that he's in love with Brad,
Oh, that's a good one.
and he's like, it's like the way that culminates, and then he's like, I'm in love with you, and I was gonna get like he like tells him everything, and then he goes and throws up in the toilet. Like, I just really love the way he delivers that, and he's really, really good in this movie.
I think my runner-up is the exchange between them.
It's great.
Him and Thirst.
And that's why in this scene you get it.
Yeah,
you get that
yeah.
in the beginning of it, and then even the looks that he's giving him is
So
so
good.
Yeah, I just really love that scene. But I mean, there's about 20 scenes that I
I'm
could
sure
pick.
I could imagine.
Tom, your first watch. What did you think of this movie, and what are you rating it?
I really liked it. For a movie that's this long and about, this kind of subject matter where it's not, it's not one battle after another where you have different set pieces and that kind of thing. It kept my attention the entire time. And I think that's a credit to the filmmaking, the soundtrack, and obviously the performances. So, yeah, there's, as we've discussed, there's things that are strange or maybe should have been cut and should have probably had another person take a look at it on the editing room. But I'm going to give it 4 stars.
Okay. Nick?
It's out of 5.
Thank you.
You can do and you can do halves.
I tried to do like a 0.8 last time. I think I've learned.
I think so. Okay. Wasn't sure.
So one battle after another taught me that I'm actually very hot and cold on Paul Thomas Anderson.
Okay.
So what direction was one battle after another?
Well, we'll find out.
Well, you guys already did that record, right?
We did.
Yeah. I meant from you.
It was cold for me for a couple of reasons. And when I'm cold, I can always pinpoint like why this didn't work. Why it didn't flip the switches for me. The Master worked. I love Phantom Thread. Phantom Thread's like a great movie for me.
Excellent movie.
We don't have to go through the filmography, but just to let you know that I do like Paul Thomas Anderson, sometimes. This was not my Paul Thomas Anderson movie. This was not my movie. I love, and again, I just want to reiterate how much I do love that he got the rare opportunity to make whatever movie he wanted. And his big things were like, it's going to be Amy Mann. It's going to be the San Fernando Valley. It's going to be sadness and like very lyrical themes of regret and loss and love. And it's going to be 3 hours and 8 minutes. And we're going to have a song that makes you think it's ending, but surprise, an hour to go with a frog storm. That's all like, if you told me that, I'd be like, yeah, I got to see this movie. But now, having watched it, 2 stars. Strong 2 stars.
Wow.
That
might be the lowest rating on the pod.
Well, he's a guest. It doesn't count.
That's fair.
Hopefully not the last time, but I'll understand if it is.
Yeah, we'll see after this performance.
Yeah, you're hitting Dan personal here. I like a lot of craft in this movie. Both behind and in front of the camera. I think the story is a story.
That's true.
Strong recommend.
That's a fact.
No, I liked it. I don't see myself revisiting this a lot or at all because it is quite long. And I did think it was going to end at the song. They did psych me out, which I thought was kind of funny. But then at the same time, I was like, where are we going from here? I'm also kind of stalling because of where I am at the moment. I'm gonna give it a. Sorry,
God.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, it's like it's a strong 3.5. Like I said, a 3. I was struggling between 3.5, 4. I don't think it's as good as I gave some other 4s. But I do like it. I do appreciate it. I just don't think it's one of my big ones.
Okay, fair.
But I'm not saying like it's bad. I think I think this could be a really great movie with some editing. That's the difference maker, I guess.
Yeah, which totally reasonable. 5-star masterpiece. Absolutely love it.
I knew that was coming.
It's probably like number 5 on my PTA list, number 4, number 5, but I think he's got like 7 5-star masterpieces, so I'm just a huge fan of his. This is probably my 4th or 5th time watching it. I really like the movie a lot. I've liked it for a long time, so it's big for me. So yeah, 5 stars on
It
mine.
does make me want to watch more Paul Thomas Anderson to see the evolution, because obviously we saw his most recent.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I watch it and I'm like, there's a lot of good stuff here. There's a lot of stuff I like. I'd like to see where it goes, and obviously I've seen where it currently is, but I want to see it evolve at this point.
Yeah, you've gotten you've gotten this 2007, so 8 years later, There Will Be Blood,
and
right?
I think again, There Will Be Blood is on the top of my list.
Right.
Can you please just watch Boogie Nights this week?
Shut up!
Please.
I've watched Boogie Nights already.
We all watch Boogie Nights.
Okay.
You'll lose it.
Did you see The Master? Because if you're a Philip Seymour Hoffman guy,
I haven't
Oh,
seen The
well.
Master.
you're
It's
gonna
great,
love
But that's the thing. Like, I just think this is like raw, and I think there's a lot of good stuff in it. But I just think, like, being honest is where it is.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do where it lands on the lists. Before we do that, I'm gonna put our guests on the spot.
Fun.
He said he's cold on One Battle After Another. I mean, we're already putting him on the spot for so many other things. Give me the Cliff Notes version. Why don't you like One Battle After Another?
I think it delivered a very kind of mixed message, and in a movie that, and I know, actually, I didn't know going in that it was a Thomas Pynchon novel, but it made so much sense to me when I found out. But that doesn't mean that, like, watching the movie, I mean, I don't know, I'm not great on Thomas Pynchon either. I mean, I don't love his work. That being said, the movie, again, sort of mixed message. Like, what were we? I don't want to get into specifics, so I'll keep it brief.
Yeah, Cliff Notes version.
And I don't know. It again, great performances like Leo, Benicio, even Sean Penn in a weird.
He was a good performance.
It was a good performance.
Unlikable character.
No, of course, and to make a character unlikable is an art all unto itself. But I mostly just didn't know why we were doing any of this. The ending was, to me, terrible. And again, it's maybe we just have different like value systems here, but they didn't love the letter from the mom, didn't love that they wound up in the same house, really didn't love the tone of like, okay, Dad, going out to do revolution. You know, like, and also just the most ill-defined concept of revolution, and you know, and that is, it's something that like I think he didn't do a good job of exploring. The movie didn't do a good job of exploring, and maybe that's more to do with the source material than the direction or the adaptation even. But I don't know, man. I don't think it achieved what it set out to do, and maybe it's more accurate to say that I'm not really sure in the end what it set out to do, and I do think that that's a problem. I don't always mind being left with a big question, but for that movie specifically, I would have loved to tighten some things up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're placing on our list. I have, so my list currently, I have Mulholland Drive at number 1. There Will Be Blood at number 2. The Handmaiden at 3. The Iron Giant at 4. Alien at 5. Jackie Brown at 6. Annie Hall at 7. Malcolm X at 8. The Hurt Locker at 9. And Strange Days at 10. So sadly, it is Strange Days time to come off my list. A movie I really, really loved. But Magnolia will be making the list, and it's going to be number 4. Ooh. So I have Mulholland Drive 1, There Will Be Blood 2, The Handmaiden at 3, Magnolia 4, The Iron Giant 5, Alien 6, Jackie Brown 7, Annie Hall 8, Malcolm X at 9, and The Hurt Locker at 10.
It's funny. I was watching you do it live, and it looked like you had Magnolia at 12.
It's because I just put it.
No,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
typing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny.
Dave, is Magnolia cracking your 10? Currently, your 10 is Malcolm X at 1, The Handmaiden 2, There Will Be Blood 3, The Iron Giant 4, Jackie Brown 5, Annie Hall 6, Strange Days 7, Alien 8, Fantastic Mr. Fox 9, and The Princess Bride at 10.
It is not going to crack the top 10,
Okay.
and I don't think that's a knock on that movie. I think that's a tough top 10 to get in
We've seen a lot of great movies.
so far.
Yeah. Ozzy, your list currently is Jackie Brown 1, Alien 2, Cure 3, The Handmaiden 4, The Iron Giant 5, The Hurt Locker 6, Saving Private Ryan 7, Titanic 8, Strange Days 9, and Malcolm X at 10. Is it cracking your 10?
Yes, and I think it's gonna go at 9, with Strange
Okay.
Days going to 10, and Malcolm
Got
X
it.
coming off.
All right.
As we go into February.
I know we're just a few short weeks away on recording, and he's committed this atrocity. So your new list is Jackie Brown 1, Alien 2, Cure at 3, The Handmaiden 4, The Iron Giant 5, The Hurt Locker 6, Saving Private Ryan 7, Titanic 8, Magnolia 9, and Strange Days at number 10. Those are our current lists. And now the nice thing is there's no prognosticating and decision to be made because we're on to the next round of
Hold
our
on.
5 faves.
Is there will? Oh no, because that was your recommendation. Never mind. I was gonna say, how is There Will Be Blood not on Ozzy's list? But then I realized that was his
in his
recommendation.
5 faves.
I
Yeah.
figured it out.
So I did Cure for my first one. My other 4 are Under the Skin, Michael Clayton, Francis Ha, and First Reformed. That's a tough choice.
You had time.
I know, but I honestly, I think that one is very relevant to recent events that I think may be interesting,
Okay.
and I'm thinking about pivoting to First Reformed.
I don't know. I haven't seen any of these.
Well, I know, but I'm thinking of pivoting there because I think it's an interesting thing with what's going on in Minneapolis,
Okay.
and I not that it's a 1-to-1, but I think there's some interesting shared stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's where I want to go. It's so hard. These are my faves. I want to
You
watch
got 5
them.
of them before now.
All right. Fuck. Yeah, I'm going First Reformed.
First Reformed.
All right, so First Reformed is the movie that we're going to watch next. This is Ethan Hawke giving a really good performance. Amanda Seyfried.
Is that how you say her name?
Yeah,
No, I always said
I
Seyfried.
think so.
I was wrong.
she says Seyfried, I believe.
I'm sure I'm wrong, but
Paul Schrader directed this movie. It is you're in for an interesting one.
nice.
There's a lot going on. It's I'm looking at what it's streaming on, so it looks like it's $3 on everything.
I just pulled
so
that up too.
you could get whatever your rental service of choice.
2017.
That's right.
I don't know how recent we got with some of these movies, but okay.
Are you suggesting that there's something wrong with watching a more recent movie?
Well, I thought we had a timetable on these when we originally picked them, but it's whatever.
We definitely did not, and I don't even know why we would.
No. Like it had to be like not as like within X amount of years of now,
Why?
because it was like you haven't seen them and you should have seen them by this time.
Right.
I don't remember what the time frame was, but we were
definitely
definitely like
was
no
not.
2020 movies or anything like that.
No shot. Not on the definitely.
Oh no! On the 5 is probably where we let loose anyway. So,
Mhm.
but I'm just saying,
Great,
keeping an eye
great
on
content. Great content.
Yeah. As usual. And I think that's gonna do it. We'll be watching First Reformed for next week before you get into Dave's one of his faves.
you. Oh, I'm ready. I already know what I want.
Nick, thank you so much for joining us.
Guys, thanks for having me. We'll take it from here and kind of triangulate, and one day we might find a movie that everybody gives 5 stars to. Like, that's the dream, right?
We've had a few,
We'll
I
see.
think, of those
We'll
with the
see.
three of us.
We
but,
definitely have. Yeah.
with us four, we'll find one, I think.
Yeah.
I'm a
See if
tough
we can find
customer.
one of those. Oz, thank you for being here as always.
My pleasure.
Dave, thank you for being here.
Always.
And thank you guys out there for listening. Just a reminder, you can find us on Instagram at The First Watch Pod. You can send us emails at thefirstwatchpod@gmail.com. Firstwatchpod@gmail.com. Also YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We
have a page.
One day we'll have podcasts on YouTube. And I think that pretty much does it. So thanks again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And until next time, peace.